there. So.
Congratulations, Steph Curry, being named the NBA Clutch Player of the Year for 2024. But I want to look ahead a little bit for you. The Olympics coming up. I know it's the first time that you've committed to play the Olympics. Why did you decide this time around to commit to Team USA?
Yeah, even back in 2010 and 2014, I played on the World Championship teams. Obviously, 2012 with the Redeem team, and 16 I was hurt. 2021, I honestly can't remember why I didn't play, but knowing I'm 36 now, I've had so many amazing experiences in the league, obviously with international basketball, but this is probably my last crack at it, and it's an amazing honor anytime you get to represent your country playing at the highest level. But that Olympic experience, from everybody that I've talked to that's played before, say there's nothing like it, being around the best athletes in the world and all your different sports, and then obviously the basketball competition of trying to go win the gold medal. So we got a great team coming. We obviously understand nothing's a for sure thing. You can't take anything for granted, and bring in the right energy. So I'm excited about all of it, and this summer should be fun.
Steve Smith, congratulations on this award. I have a question or a comment for you to talk to all the young players out there. Being clutch, as far as knocking down shots, we know that, but take me through being clutch on the free throw line, with seconds left for the young guys out there. And then my second question is, what's harder, a putt in clutch or a free throw?
Well, I get paid to make free throws in the clutch, so a putt is definitely harder. It might be a little bit more rewarding, but I think, to your point, like, all the details matter when it comes to just being locked into the moment, understanding, like, the game's on the line or these points matter. Like, you have to embrace the moment, but not change your routine or not overthink things. Just try to find your flow and your rhythm, shots that you practice, time after time after time, in empty gyms and practice. So just try to lock into that rhythm. And then from there, the biggest thing is just you got to be okay to live with the results. I know everybody wants to be in that moment, but you're not always, accepting of, sometimes you succeed, sometimes you fail, but there's obviously going to be another opportunity. And if you can embrace that, then good things usually happen.
Steph, this is Stack, man. Congrats on winning the award, man. I had a couple of young guys that I sent some video of you. I mean, talk about I know you mentally and the focus at the end of games, but what you do in the weight room to help you, close out games like that. I saw Draymond talking about it, and I pulled that clip, and I was like, you guys don't want to take the weight room serious. This is the best shooter that you're always mimicking and trying to shoot the shots he shoots. Take a look at the workout that he does to get his body prepared to finish games the way that he does.
Yeah, that's a good point. Just what is it right now, April, whatever it is. Like, I'm starting my routine, this week that gets me ready for not only the season, but for hopefully another run next year, making it to the playoffs. You think about how many, minutes, hours, reps that you put into it, and the fact that going game speed in the off season as best you can is a big deal. Being able to push yourself to levels where you're uncomfortable. Me and Chris Paul were talking about the other day, like, to get to this level and stay here, the work only gets harder and harder. But we always find, like, the off-season work is way harder than in-season. And then when you get hurt and you're doing rehab, that work is way harder than when you're actually playing games. So if you can get to that, balance, the endurance level and the ability to sustain yourself throughout a season and be ready for the end of games as well. When you're tired and you got to be able to lock in and push through, that all matters. So it's just a consistent commitment to the work.
That commitment paid off, obviously, this year and a lot of years in your career. 189 points in the clutch, more than any player in the league this season. So it got me thinking, outside of yourself and your teammates, who are some of the most clutch players you've played against this year and during your career?
Well, the easy answer is the two finalists that were with me, DeMar and Shea. DeMar's had his moments of buzzer beaters and big shots throughout his whole career. Shea is really asserting himself now as a go-to guy, not just in the meat of the game, but a guy that can get you a bucket on any possession down the stretch. And so you have, and obviously, you know what Dame time is. You know, you throw him in there, he's always found ways to be rare in the clutch. So I think the cool part about this award is, you know, the totality of the season, and what clutch minutes means and all that. It's not just, you know, buzzer beaters or daggers. It's just like, how can you finish games where you're the go-to guy trying to score? And a lot of guys feel that bucket, but you know, those three guys definitely rise to the top when you think about what's going on right now.
Steph, last question. You know, the greats always bring back something each summer. You've done it all, been around. What are you trying to add to the next step for you in these next chapters?
Yeah, I think it's like I was kind of mentioning, everybody who's played this game at the highest level, every year it gets a little harder to put in the work and do the things you need to do to reach the level that I want to be at. So again, mentally and physically committing myself to the work. But I think secondly is like when in the half court, especially you've seen how games are being, you know, refereed now, which I personally like, where they let a little bit more stuff go and you know, reward the defense a little bit for a little bit more contact. Just being able to handle, you know, that half court offense where the game slows all the way down and you got to be able to still create space and deal with contact. That's something that you're seeing in the playoffs right now. So if I'm preparing for that and us trying to make another run, you know, that space creation in the half court is usually a big factor for being able to control the game down the stretch.
Steph Curry, congrats on winning the Clutch Player of the Year award. It's going to be a great privilege to watch you compete in the Olympics for the first time in your career. Thank you for spending some time with us. We appreciate you.
No, I appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
Thanks, Steph.
Thanks, Vernon.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Go enjoy.
Absolutely.